puts down. It's a communication that demonstrates the presence and power of the Word of God to bring hope and glory to God. And we talked about this when we talked about the example of someone who comes to you hopeless or ashamed or feeling that there is no hope because she committed a sin. But then we really use the Word of God. Whoever comes to me, I will not accept. This is what God says, and this is what I depend on. This is what I can share so that I help the person through the Word of God to have hope and seek God. Just going to try to say okay to this message. Thank you very much. All right. The goal of the skills is an encounter with God. When we are helping, it is an opportunity to encounter God. I see God in the people I deal with, and the people who deal with me, they are also seeking to see God. They see God. Those who leave church and have a negative idea about God, when they have a negative encounter with a servant, because they see God in this servant. So every encounter we have to have in mind this is an encounter with God. The first skill that we're going to talk about is called the skill of attending. You know what is attending? Attending is paying attention to what the other person is saying. So the first skill is to be with, to attend to stay focused with, for me, to be focused with the person and to show the person that I am with them as well. So it's actively being present with the other person. What are some of the things that take our active engagement with one another? Besides the phones. This is the number one. Phone, time, distractions, busyness of life, my plans, this and that. So there are many reasons, unfortunately, that could take away our focus when we are with one another. But really, when I really engage in helping, I need to rid myself as much as possible so I'm able to be in attendance. I'm able to be present with the person I am helping. When we are with someone, we are with someone in different ways. The words that we say, and they count for only 7%. Was this surprising for you to know that the words we say when we are together, but the words we say, we think the words gonna account to at least 60, 70%, right? But they actually, when they study communication, they found that the words we say when we are with someone, they count for only 7%. What counts for the rest of the 100%? Body language. Yes, body language. And what else? Touch. Physical touch. Okay. Active listening. Active listening. This is all of the good skills we're going to talk about. Our tone of voice. So body language, including our facial presence and the tone of voice. When a parent or when a servant yells at the kids, what is the message that kids take? They're mad. This is a mad person. How about if I'm saying the most wonderful verses in the world, but yelling and screaming? Just mad. This is a mad servant or a father or a mother. That's it. So there is the tone of voice, and this is 38% of our communication. And there is the body language, that is 55%. Body language is my face and my body movement and everything that we use. So usually we're going to be sitting. We're going to understand how sitting, how can I make sure that me sitting with someone counts for something that is significant, that is at least 90 something percent. Okay. So we want to be with. We're gonna use the acronym SOLAR. SOLAR. What does SOLAR mean? S means sitting square. O with open posture. What does sitting square mean? When I'm sitting with someone, I could sit in different fashion. I could sit this way. Am I sitting square with you? I'm giving you my side. Versus sitting square. I'm really looking to be able to give eye contact. I need to be sitting square. I need to be open posture versus closed. So I'm crossing my legs. I'm crossing my arms. Believe it or not, those kind of things indicate something without us knowing what is really happening. And this, the other person, maybe you're not gonna pay attention. Oh, you're sitting square, you're paying, but they're gonna feel something different. I'm sitting square, I'm sitting with open posture versus not. Leaning forward, meaning I am interested. E, maintaining good eye contact. And not necessarily that I'm staring you in the face as a challenge, but I'm just maintaining a good, reasonable eye contact. And in a relaxed way. And this might be different from one person to another. So this is very important because next week we're going to be doing what is called a role play. And a role play, we're going to be using those skills. So those would be, I'm just giving you the hint. Those are very important in terms of attending. The second, so this is the first skill. The second skill is active listening. How do you think, how easy, how difficult is active listening? Is it easy or difficult? It is very difficult, actually. Why is it difficult? You see, it's not listening. It is active listening. What is being active and I'm listening? What does it mean that I'm active? Yes. Very good. So I'm being present in the moment. Because if I am thinking what is going to be my response, I'm going to miss significant things from what you're about to say. So it's not about the response. And we just agreed the verbal is going to be 7%. The solution, this is not what we are after. I don't care about the solution here right now. What I care about, listening and understanding. Understanding and listening. I told you yesterday, what is the key word? Listening with understanding. So an active meaning also, I am showing you in a very concrete way that I got you. How? How can I show you in a concrete way that I understood what you said? Attending meaning I'm with you, but how can I show you? Yes. Nodding, those are attending skills. Yes, thank you. Where do you see this happening? After you are done, you have to repeat to the person a summary or somehow your own words of what you have heard, what you understood from them. Where do you see this happening? Yes, classroom teachers. In
Restaurants, when you give your order, they repeat your order.
yes, yes. When you're in a restaurant, they take your order and then they repeat your order. Or I also call it in the drive-through, when you go through to McDonald's, to Tim Hortons, right? What happens? You see on the screen a list of your orders. And also the attendant would repeat to you back. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens at the end? It might take extra few seconds or minute, but there is a confirmation. there is a confirmation that there is a match between the sending and the receiving. Is it possible to have a mismatch when we are having conversation? Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Why does it happen all the time? Because we have something that is called selective listening. We have something that is called filtered listening. What, what do these mean? It means that I am listening, but maybe one sentence catches or one word catches my attention and I forget about the rest. And maybe this is not the sentence or the word that you really care about. Maybe this is what I care about, but maybe not what you care about. So it's not, well, that's why it's important to repeat to the person what I have heard them say, what is important for them, so that we have an affirmation that I have listened. This is active listening. So it's the ability to understand the message being communicated and reflecting it back. I understand, and to assure, I have to reflect it. This is the active component. If I am not active, I'm not gonna get it. And that's okay. It's not and that's why it's not an easy skill. If I don't get it from the first time, it does not mean that this is the end of the world. No, that's normal. But I need to ask. So what I'm hearing you say is 1, 2, 3. Is this correct? And the person will say yes, or they say no, not really. But what I wanted to say is so. And that's okay. That's good because there is a process of correction because the key word is understand. So we use encouragers like nodding and the aha. It means that continue. Okay. Obstacle to active listening, selective listening, distracted internally or externally. So I could be distracted with something that is going in my life or something else, what I'm planning to do after, or I could be distracted with things that are happening, maybe from sitting in a noisy, disruptive area, I will be distracted. And dismissive listening. Oh, this is okay. It's okay. This is not a big problem. Oh, this is someone who's a complainer. I'm just gonna listen to complaints and that's it. Video. Let's see how this is done. And I'm gonna ask for your feedback. So what we are going to see is a video where it's a role play video as well. So this is something similar to what you are expected to be doing next week. So someone, a trainer, is sitting with a youth and practicing attending an active listening. Okay.
I'm in a really difficult situation at the moment that's just causing conflict in all areas of my life. I don't mean actual conflict, but, you know, in terms of what I'm up against. Basically, I've been at university for 2 years and I started going out with this white guy, and I'm not actually allowed to. And if my family found out, I'd be in such big trouble.
Okay, so you're in a very difficult situation. You're at college, and you started going out with this white guy. If your parents found out, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah. And the worst thing about it is that just last week, I had to go back home. We had this family thing, and they didn't tell me. But when I got back, they'd actually arranged for me to meet this person that, you know, they'd ideally like me to get married to, and that was really, really tough.
So you came back, and they had actually arranged for you to meet someone, and that was really quite tough.
Yeah, really tough.
What do you notice so far? What are you noticing so far? Where's the stuff?
The mic.
My mic? What are you noticing so far? He is nodding. Yes, very good. He's nodding. The way he's sitting with her, is it matches the solar? Yes, which is square. Eye contact. Is nodding, he's listening. Yes,
Margaret said that he's like repeating her words like exactly.
he is repeating his word, which is called paraphrasing. He's paraphrasing. It's a simple way. He's repeating it in a very nice way. He's repeating what she says, capturing what? Emotions, thoughts, situations. So those are the three things I want you to pay attention to. Emotions, thoughts, and behavior. Okay, what is happening? What are the feelings that she's experiencing? And what are some of the thoughts that maybe comes to her mind? Okay, and the feeling captures her experience. And when he paraphrases, what do you notice her doing? She's confirming. And when this means that, anyone who's in engineering, there is a sending and receiving process, right? And there is a confirmation that the sending, that the person has received in a correct way, right? And there's a big process, the parity, and then to make sure that you really capture the sending information to affirm, and means it has been correctly received. So this is a good cycle of listening, and actually active listening and understanding the person, what they are going through, right? Do you notice any potential concepts that could be, if we use selective listening, could go left and right? Did she say anything that probably when you heard it, you said, oh, if I heard this, I would focus on this rather than that, what she's saying? Anything?
You mentioned white guys in her family.
She
It's not a
mentioned,
white guy. She mentioned that she meant that white guy.
yes,
No, like that if I have a selective hearing or selective.
very good. Thank you very much.
Focus on the white guy, and the person who's talking to her is not the white guy.
Yes,
Start analyzing why she's.
okay.
I'm getting-
Or that she thought that the counselor is not a white guy, but she mentions he's a white guy. Is this what you're
She
saying?
meant a white guy.
Okay,
So if I have a selective hearing, I'll focus on analyzing why she's describing the guy as a white guy.
okay.
Instead of focusing on the situation.
Yes. Thank you. So this is the potential. It's nice to be aware. This is self-awareness. Also aware, if that's me, this might take my attention more than her issue. Right? Very good. Thank you. Anything else? All right, let's continue. Next, I'm gonna have you paraphrase I want you to listen to what she says. And I'm gonna ask some of you to paraphrase, and then we're gonna see how he paraphrases this. Okay? So we want you to engage.
I mean, it just, it's so hard because it brings up such conflicting feelings because I feel like I need to be loyal to my family, but in being loyal to them, I'm denying my own self-happiness.
All right, I like the enthusiasm. Okay. And also someone from the virtual, let me know.
Said that she wants to be loyal to her parents by going for this guy that they chose, but she feels like being loyal denies herself happiness with the other guy that she wants to do it.
And how does this make her feel?
And conflicting.
Conflicted, very good, very good. It's the same, perfect, very good. And that's okay if you want, why don't you say it? You know?
Oh, say.
Yes, you are right, you're absolutely right. I wanted to say it as I am as I am the person who's sharing. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you feel that by pursuing the guy that you want to pursue, the white guy, you are betraying your family or like disloyal to them, which leads you to being like not happy or you're preventing yourself from being happy, and this is conflicting you.
Very good, very nice. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone from the,
Yeah, Margaret said that.
so let's hear, can you read, read it?
He said, you want to be loyal to your family, but this will deny my happiness, your happiness. So you're in a big dilemma.
Nice, nice, very good. You want to be loyal, and also you want happiness. So you are in a bit of a dilemma here. Very good, nice. Let's see how he says it. In a very nice way. Very similar to what you, what you shared. But it's also, there is a bit of a kind of a unique way to express to a person that they're going through a conflicting situation that they have shared. The two situations are kind of mutually exclusive.
Batteries? I think so.
Battery died?
And I feel really trapped in it all.
So on one hand, you want to feel loyal to your family, but on the other hand, you want to feel loyal, but you also feel trapped
Yeah.
with this situation.
Yeah, trapped and
Like on the one hand, you want to do this, on the other hand, you want to do this, which makes you feel trapped. And you notice that when he paraphrases, she says, yes. The yes from her side affirms that he has what? Proper understanding, which is a full cycle of active listening.
actually quite sad because I mean, I don't even know if I really want to be with this guy, but surely that should be my choice. And it makes me, yeah, I just feel really sad. And it's so frustrating because I don't have the freedom to do what I want. And I don't feel like any other people who are my age have this problem.
So you feel
All right, who would like to paraphrase? Who would like to paraphrase? One new people. Yes. This is a good practice.
So you feel frustrated because you want the opportunity to explore things with this man and see where he's going, but you feel like you can't because of these restrictions.
Yes, does she want to explore her opportunities with this man specifically or in general?
In general.
In general, yes, yes, thank you, thank you. Very good. Anyone else? Yes, yes.
So pretty much you feel more pressure, you're frustrated, okay, so it's like you're not sure even you want to be with this man and you want to explore more of the opportunity. But you still feel the pressure of being loyal to your family as well.
Very nice, very good. Let's continue. So every time she does something, I'm gonna pause and ask you, so I want you to be always active with her.
Sad and frustrated because you only have the choice that you're on.
Yeah, yeah, and that's really hard for me. It puts pressure on something that just should be, you know, kind of a bit of fun. It makes it really serious and quite negative.
Same
So I'm having quite a few issues at the moment with my family. I'm finding that we're not getting on very well, and I'm not really sure what it's about, although I know that there's a cause to the problem, which is that I'm living at home at the moment out of financial necessity, and it's quite difficult for me because I have to be there, but I don't want to be there, and,
Okay.
and it's bringing up a lot of things for me.
So he's
Yes.
So are you feeling that are you feeling stuck because you are financially dependent to stay home with your family?
What made you put it in a question?
Clarify the emotion.
So you're not paraphrasing, you're asking a question.
Yeah.
Very good. So at least to be able, because the way you said it, it's a valid question. Valid question. The suggestion is to stay with the person what they said first,
Yes.
unless you want the person to repeat what they said. So it's okay to ask the person, you know what, I'm really sorry, I did not get this. Can you please clarify this for me? That's good. But don't just start with questioning. Keep the questioning later as much as possible.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you want to say something else or no? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. There's no correct or wrong answer. We're trying together to learn. So who would like to give this a try? Yes.
So what I'm hearing from you is that your financial dependency on your parents is putting you in a tough spot, which is frustrating,
Very good. Very good. So you capture the frustration and the situation. Very good. Yes.
So my understanding is that even though you don't want to be home because of your financial situation, you actually have to be home right now, and that's starting to cause some conflict with your family.
Very nice. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat where they said that wouldn't like repeating their words be frustrating to them?
Repeating the words be frustrating for them.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately the general impression, but this is, I'm sorry to say this is wrong. No, it is not frustrating. And if you notice, he actually intentionally stopped her, tried to kind of make a stop, to pause, to show, because it's called active listening, and it's showing the person I am with you. I'm on board with you, which is saving us the trouble of listening to 30 minutes, 20 minutes of someone and then figure out that I did not really capture what they said. So it is not frustrating. It seems frustrating. It seems a waste of time, but it's far from waste of time. And this is basically the active listening is a kind of standing in front of a mirror. How is that? Active listening is kind of standing in front of a mirror. Because I am repeating to the person what they have said, whether it's in all their own word, hopefully capturing the key words from what they said, hopefully in a succinct, summarized, clear way to them. And basically, when I do this, the brain actually works in an amazing way because a lot of the time we get stuck in our thinking, we go into loop. When we get it outside, and when we hear it from someone else, makes it help us to think in a more creative way. I'm sure it has happened to some of you that someone shares something about your thoughts or your behavior and you say, oh, you know what, I never thought about it this way. Basically, the person reiterated what you're doing. But when the person reiterates what you're doing, you think about it differently. The brain thinks about it differently. So it's not a waste of time. It's not frustrating. It is very helpful and very calming to the person in front of you. And of course, if the person is in an anxious state, this is a totally different thing. Yes.
Like after each sentence, she's kind of stopping. It's part of just the benefit of the video.
Yes.
But in real life, when someone is like really upset and frustrated and they're just like talking nonstop for 5 minutes, how do we find that skill of like knowing when to stop them to be able to paraphrase? You don't want to miss those on.
Yes, yes. This is a very good question. And sometimes it happens in life that we see people just continuing without a non-stop. So this is when you have to discern. This is when the guidance of the Holy Spirit helps you to discern which is more advisable to kind of interrupt. There is a way to interrupt or just listen and then ask from the beginning. Because sometimes people are emotionally charged and they just want to vent out. As much as this could be helpful, but I wonder what is the impact of help if the person did not get a chance to hear back their words from someone else. So maybe I can let the person just say, and if I find that his voice says, you know what, I need to slow you down because I think I take it upon myself because the person is coming as for me for a guidance, consultation, as a friend, for help, whatever that is, the person is approaching me, saying, you know what, I'm really not able to follow. Could you please slow down so that I make sure that I understand you correct? So I need to let them know why am I interrupting? Because I need to understand. And when I show them that I need to understand that, I think this is amazing. People, imagine you're talking and someone tells you, you know what, I really want to capture everything that you said. How would you feel about this? I feel very good because it means that I'm significant. And this by itself is very healing to feel and realize that I'm significant to that person. Good paraphrases and good questions. Thank you.
Saying that you're having some problems with your family, you're not sure what they're about, and they might be somehow related to finance.
Sure what it's about, although I know there's a cause to the problem, which is that I'm living at home at the moment out of financial necessity, and it's quite difficult for me because I have to be there, but I don't want to be there, and it's bringing up a lot of things for me.
So I hear you saying that you're having some problems with your family, you're not sure what they're about, and they might be somehow related to financial situation that you have to live there.
Yeah, yeah. that I'm having to live at home. I don't. It's very difficult for young people at the moment. I don't think a lot of people can afford. Well, definitely can't afford to buy a house, or can't afford the mortgage, or can't afford even rent, and it's quite a high outgoings.
I wonder how you feel about that.
I'm happy that this happened. What is happening here? She's
Getting emotional, having hopes. That's why he asked open question, open-ended question.
because,
He's having like more emotional, she's getting emotional, she's having hopes.
okay, she's getting bothered emotionally. What else? Yes. Yes, yes. So she started to talk about a general issue, but we're not here for a general only, but we're here for something focused, something specific. And she started to go like kind of on a rent, the mortgage, okay. And then he asked her this question, and this is a good time to ask a question to say, and so you're speaking about something general, not getting anything specific. So he bounced back. So he helps her be on track with what she wants to talk about, and this is, and how do you feel about that? So he starts with the feeling, because realizing that this is the experience that she's getting, and from the feeling, maybe we can talk about thoughts and then behavior, whatever is happening. Does this make sense?
I feel quite frustrated and sad at times, a bit angry, trapped, like I don't know where to go, where to turn, or how to
Okay,
deal
so you
with
feel
it.
quite angry and trapped at times because you don't know where to turn.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what direction to go into to help sort out the issues, or I don't know, because I kind of can't totally always identify how I feel, although I do feel confused.
So you're saying sometimes you're able to.
Noticing about her. Is she able to articulate? No, so basically, if you want to paraphrase what she said,
She has no idea what she's doing.
so how can you have an idea about how to what to paraphrase? And when you do not have an idea about what to paraphrase, this is the time maybe to pause. And she's stating this. It seems that she is in a confused state. She doesn't even know what she's experiencing, what are her feelings. It seems that she got in a state that is a bit confusing, and maybe she's confused about something else that she did not mention in the session, or something that she does not want to talk about yet. Many reasons what to say. So, and he's trying to bring things into focus to her. And this is a little bit more, this becomes a little bit more advanced than just paraphrase. So now this is helping the person, not just paraphrasing, but just to what is it that they're going through. So a good question would be, so how does this make you feel? Okay, when the person, so, and what goes in your mind that associates with this situation, right? So this is when we jump into the question cube, this hopefully will help us to articulate some question, again, without really attempting to solve the problem, but we're just attempting to understand what is the person going through. Okay, let's take, you need a break. You don't need a break? You need a break. Think you need a break. Let's take a 10 minutes break. Okay, and then we resume 2 minutes to 5 o'clock. Thank you.
There's a coffee and.
There is coffee, Tim Horton, coffee, Timbits, and The coffee, some sugar and some caffeine. All about. In the relationship, not a problem solving only. And I want you to keep this in mind because a lot of the time, when we engage in helping, first thing that comes to our mind, how can I solve this problem? And unfortunately, this is normal. But I want us to unlearn this, to reverse this. It's not about solving the problem. It is about relating to the person. And when we relate to the person in a good way, this helps the person to find their own way to solve the problem. And this would be the achievement. This would be, I would call, our goal. So it is about having a relationship. Helping is a process through alliance. Alliance meaning we connect with one another, meaning that we establish a connection of trust, respect, and confidence, of course. Uh, this process involves the youth, the counselor, and the degree of alliance between both of them. Not because I am here and you're here, we have to make it work. No, we have to relate to it. We have to connect with one another in the appropriate way so that we are able to really connect, talk together in a trustworthy, in a respectful, in a peaceful way, so that we reach our goal, that we really find out what is the work of the Holy Spirit through both of us as we are connecting and relating to one another. The relationship, the counselor role is to be genuine, to be warm, and acceptance. And acceptance is the opposite of judgment. Acceptance meaning no judgment. I'm not here to judge if you're right or wrong. I'm not here to judge what you did, if it's good or bad, but I'm here to help. I am here just to help, not to judge, and this is acceptance. Warmth, meaning kindness, meaning compassion, which is how Jesus approached all people when he was dealing with them. When he approached different people, we find the different ways Jesus was warm in approaching people, whether it is the Samaritan woman, whether it is the case, whether it is the man by the pool, whether it is the rich young ruler, many examples, and we learn from them. When we read them, I want our lens is how did Jesus connect? How did Jesus connect? Because Jesus did not fix people. Jesus connected with people and offered them a gift, which is forgiveness of sins. And this provides them with relief. Jesus was genuine because this is he's a co-creator with the Father. So he knows that everyone is after God's own image and likeness. What is the role of the youth? To process and reflect. And that's why repeating is very essential. It's not a waste of time. It is not frustrating. It is not something that I'm just doing external. But the important is I am sharing you, I'm reflecting back to you exactly like a mirror shows you how you look when you stand in front of the mirror. I'm reflecting this to you. So you decide how you want to process this. How do you want to work with this? Maybe you wake up and you find this is how you look, your hair, whatever your clothing, say, I want to just keep it this way. Okay, that's up to you. But is this what you want? Is this helpful? And reflect. Is this what I want? Is this helpful? Is this good for me or not good for me? This would be the role of the youth himself or herself to process and to reflect. We genuinely connect with kindness, with warmth, and with acceptance without judgment. Alliance, it is greater than the sum of the parts. What are the parts? The parts are the youth, the counselor, the issue or the problem, the solution, the suggestions. The alliance is more valuable than every single item by itself. If I give you flour, oil, and eggs and milk and tell you, take it and eat. Versus, I bake a cake and bring you the cake and give and say, take and eat. So the value of the final product is more valuable than each item alone. We made it using those components, but the value of the product, which is the relationship, meaning the alliance, the connection with one another. Oh, I feel maybe they would come, maybe I'm not able to find a solution, but they find comfort. They find someone who listens. They find someone who is paying attention, attending, and listening in an active way, caring to understand, even without solving the problem. This gives them relief and gives them help in terms of finding help themselves, because most of the time they know what is needed. The third skill that we would like to learn, and this is very challenging. If you think paraphrasing is challenging, empathy is even more challenging. I find a lot of people do not like empathy, especially when it is explained. Let's talk about it and see what are the challenges with empathy. Empathy is listening to behavior, experiences, and feelings from the counselee's point of view. So I listen to the youth point of view, that's number one. Understand what is their world from their perspective. What is their world view? How they view the world through their own lens, from their own mind, from their own experiences. Try to understand how the world is there to get you. So maybe they have gone through certain experiences, and the more that I tell him or her, no, this is not true. That's not the reality. Basically, what am I doing? I'm invalidating their view. So how can I validate? Maybe I don't agree with this view. Empathy does not mean I agree, but empathy means that I understand. So how can, in such a situation, I share with the person that I understand their perspective? Any thoughts? We want to express empathy to someone. Like, everyone is there to get me. Yes.
Validating their feelings and maybe saying like, I see that this is such a tough situation for you, or that it's really putting a toll on you. So even if you don't agree, you still validate that this experience has done something that really hurt you.
Thank you very much. Exactly. It must be difficult to live seeing seeing that everyone is there to it. Must be very hard. So what am I really doing? This is empathy. I am sharing their experience and reflecting it back to them, not because I believe in it, but it is definitely hard if I believe that everyone is there to get me. Right? It must be very difficult, it must be very hard. So this is empathy. I'm trying to validate their experience. I'm not approving. I'm not saying yes, everyone is there to get you, but I'm saying it must be difficult to live and see everyone is there to. This must be a difficult challenge for you. And what happens when you do this? What happens to them when you do this? Pardon me? They engage because they understand them. And when I see that everyone is there to get me, what is my own temperature? Very high. So I'm very heated, I'm upset, I am sad, I am angry. But when I find someone who understands, who gets it, what happens to my temperature? Goes down. And when my temperature goes down, what happens to me? What happens to my brain? When my temperature is high, what is getting activated in my brain? The amygdala. And when the amygdala is very high, activated, which part of my brain that is blocked? Prefrontal cortex. When my temperature goes low, what happens I give the amygdala, the thinking, the ability to cope, the ability to plan, a better chance. So by just doing empathy, this is what happens in the brain of the other person and gives them a better chance to be able to engage, not just with me, but with life in general in a better way. So this is, I call it the magic of empathy. So being able to express to the counselee your understanding of their point of view regarding his or her experience, behavior, and feeling, which doesn't necessarily mean you agree or disagree. Empathy is not sympathy. What is sympathy? Oh, ya haram, صعبان عليا. That's very killing usually to some people. Yes, it's not bad, but it's not usually, that's not what people want. Not what people want. If I have, oh, you're going through a difficult situation, غلبان. So what? But you didn't, do you really understand? This is different. It's different. You are really going, I can see that you're going through a very hard time. I can see that you are going through a very hard time. I understand that you're going through a hard time. It must be difficult and hard for you to go through this challenge by yourself, which is different than, oh, pity you. Empathy is not agreeing with the counselee. Empathy denotes understanding and accepting the person and not necessarily with the behavior, feeling, or point of view. Empathy exercise. A beautiful, skinny teenage weighing about 85 pounds comes to you sharing, I am just so fat. I'm so ugly. I cannot believe how big my thighs look. I am so worried about gaining weight because I never want to be called cow again. I absolutely refuse, but I'm so hungry all the time. I feel trapped in this. I feel so fat. I am so fat. How can we express empathy to such person who comes to us? Who would like it? This is for the online and for you. Yes.
I started by like saying, oh, like I understand like how you're feeling, like I understand that like, you know, like I get it because we're all girls, we've all been there, like, you know, like I validate it, also share like my own experience. And then I'll also like say, but like try, like what makes you feel like that? And then like see, maybe like get to the root of the problem. Oh no, we're just talking about that. Yeah, I would just feel very.
Empathy, just empathy. How can I express empathy? That's very good, very good. What else? How can I express empathy to such sentences, such description of a situation? Yes. So I am the person who constantly says this. What do you say?
I understand how you're feeling, and like I'm sure the thoughts that are coming to are weighing really heavy on you right now. Like that's how it started. Like say like all these thoughts make us be like putting a big toll on that.
Yes. Very good. What else? How else? How else? Read the description one more time. Yes.
Someone said, Margaret said that I can say you're not fat. Like she can tell you you're not.
You are not fat. And would that be validating the person's point of view? Probably, unfortunately not. It would be kind of invalidating their point of view. So I'm not here to agree or disagree. I'm here to express I'm not paraphrasing as well. I'm here to express my understanding of the person's worldview.
I would say, wow, that must be so hard on you to have these thoughts weighing on you. As human beings are very visual people, so it must be very, very tough for you to think that other people are perceiving you that way. I'm very sorry to hear that someone called you a cow. Must be very hurtful for anyone. and, you're going through a lot right now.
Yes, thank you. What did you capture? You capture the emotions that the person might be going through, and you capture that this is, and this is what I heard you repeating over and over, this must be hard, but you kind of analyzed it. You analyze it, and basically you're telling the person this must be hard, weighing on you to have this experience. And I'm sorry that you have been called out. Yes. Yes. And what else? Yes.
We say, I'm sorry for this and that, isn't that sort of sympathetic?
How so? So what you're saying sorry is a kind of sympathy. If I just say sorry without sharing that this is a hard experience, maybe. But saying, I'm sorry that you have to go through this. Is this sympathy?
Yeah, I don't have to practice. It's a fine line, because in a way you're saying that it's affected how you're feeling about it, as opposed to validating how, or what they're going through.
Yes, I would definitely start by not just saying, I am sorry that you have to go through this, but by sharing first. It must be hard for you to go through all of this. It seems that you've been through some situation. And I'm sorry that you're going through, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. So basically, I have expressed that this is difficult, this is hurtful, and no one should go through this. I'm sorry that you're going through this is a kind of saying, nobody should go through this. Yes, thank you. It's good to analyze and challenge so that we're able to practice the words, and it requires practice. All the skills that we are talking about today requires practice. So my advice, practice this with your friends and family. They might say something different about you, that's okay. But the more you practice them, the more you're going to get the hang of them, the more you get. Are these skills that we need to use only when someone comes to us for help? Hopefully not. So when a friend comes to talk to you, when a family member comes to talk to you, it's nice to express, to show attendance. I'm present. Unless the topic is difficult, then we address it. Sorry, I don't want to talk about this right now. But when someone comes to talk to me, I really want to give them attention. When someone is expressing something hard, whether it's a friend, whether it is a family member, it's nice to say, this must be hard. It must be hard going through this. Before really jumping into solution, whereas just saying this, it gives us some training and ability to be able to use this, because we cannot just make it situational only. Hopefully, we make it something that we do in our day-to-day life as much as possible. The fourth skill is the questions. And did anyone get a chance to read the question queue? Okay, so I really advise you that you read the question. What I'm going to be presenting is a very, very high-level summary, but so you can mix both. Questions are very powerful tool. When we ask questions, they help us to explore and clarify issues. They direct the conversation in. They allow the youth to reflect and see different perspective. Did God use questions with people? Did Jesus use question with people? Any particular instances that comes to your mind with God would ask people for questions? To direct? What, mention something. Yes.
When there was a blind man and he was like, "Son of David,"
Yes.
and then Jesus said, "What do you want me to do?"
What do you want me to do? Yes? Do you want to be healed? What are those questions? They are questions to help the person really explore deeper. What is it that you want? Do you want to be healed? You ask God, what do you want me to do? To whom is the coin? Who has what's inscribed? What's on the coin? Jesus? Sorry, what's on the coin? What's the image on the coin? The Caesars. Okay. So it means give Caesar what is Caesar, give God what is God. See how Jesus uses the question? To help the person explore and think and reflect. And until today, we keep on reflecting on those questions. When Jesus asked Jonah about the people, do you remember what's the last question that he asked people, that he asked Jonah? A couple of questions. You remember any of them? Jonah, the bush. You were upset for the bush. Should I not be upset for thousands of people? You're upset for a bush that sprouted up in one day and died. You do not want me to be upset for thousands of people? It's a rhetorical question. Basically, he's inviting Jonah to think, which is more important, people or the bush. You got upset because this provided you with shade. How about people that I created after my own image and likeness? And then the last question, and probably this is the conclusion of the book. Are you justly upset? Are you justly upset? Review the way you're upset. Is it just? Is it fair? Does it make sense? So basically, there are questions to reflect, to direct, to guide, and there are so there could be clarifying. I don't understand, so help me clarify, like what we saw in the video when she started to talk about the challenges with the rent, with the mortgage, and then he helped her direct to how do you feel about this? I care about you, not everyone else right now. So questions are very powerful. The question cube. So there is the format. The format is either open or closed, or choices, ranked, and rated. Open question is basically what gives the person an ability to express whatever is in your mind. So what's happening with you? What are you here for today? So it's kind of an open what. Usually it's with a what. Okay. Closed question, where the answer is usually yes or no. Very good. We all know this. Fourth choices. Is it the first or the second and the last? So I give the person 3 choices or 4 choices. Is it this or this or this? So 4 choices, and you tell me which one. Because I'm confused. Were you upset? I'm upset from my parents. Okay, is it from your dad or from your mom? I'm upset from an elder. Is it your teta? Is it your kiddo? Is it your dad? Is it your mom? So it's like kind of 4 options. So what is it? Okay. Ranked and rated. Which is the most? Which is the least? And ranking, usually when you go to hospital, you have a pain. Tell me the level of pain from 1 to 10. 10 is the worst, 1 is the least, right? So sometimes we need to use those types of questions to ask. So on a level of 1 to 10 being anxious, how anxious are you about this particular situation? 10 being the most, 1 being the least. So those are the formats of the question that we can use. The subject of the question. Is it behavior? Is it feeling or belief, meaning or relationship? Right? So what did you do after this? How did this make you feel? For the feeling. What do you believe? What is the meaning to you when you saw this person passing by without greeting you? What kind of meaning? What did it mean to you when someone that did not choose you to be part of the team? Relationship. So what is your relationship with this person or with that person? So asking specifically, and this helps. So in the video, he asks particularly about the feeling. What is feeling? Your own feeling. So this is the subject of the question. There is also the orientation of the question. Is it self or others? Is it about me or others? It is easy to ask, how did you feel? I cannot, it might be challenging, how did your mother feel about this? Maybe how did your mother, or what did your mother do? What did your dad do when this happened? What did your brother do? What did your spouse, what did your friend, your best friend do when this happened? So is it about the person, or is it about the someone else? And this is the orientation of the question. Direction of the question. The what, the how, the why, the could, and the what else. So what is usually to ask about facts. What happened? What did you do? What did he do? Facts, right? The how is more of a process, sequence, and feeling. How did you feel? How did this happen? Basically, what are the steps that led to this happening? Why is the one question we encourage people to shy away from using. Don't use the why, especially with the feeling. So why did you feel this way? This is not a good question. Don't use why with a feeling. But you can ask why as a way to highlight reasons. Why or maybe what, hopefully it's better to ask what as opposed to what are the reasons that made you, instead of why did you do this? What are the reasons that made you do this? Or what do you think are the possible reasons that your brother, that your sibling, your mother, your dad do this and so forth. Could also is a maximizing for as an open question keyword. Could you tell me more about this? So I have a problem, I have a financial problem, I have this, and if I see that the financial problem is an issue that we need to discuss, could you tell me more about this financial issue? Could you tell me more about the trouble relationship that you're having with your best friend? What else cover any missed area of the discussion? What else do I need to know about this? Is there anything else you think is important for me to know, to understand? What is happening over there? Where did this come from? Oh my goodness. So this is the direction. Question tips. غالبا بيلعب واضح انه بيلعب حد بيزعق هو بيبقى بيلعب مش المفروض يلعب مش كده. So tips before or when you are asking questions. Try not to be very intrusive and asking so many questions one after the other. It is better to ask an open question and leave the space for the person to share what they have as opposed to asking a lot of questions that might feel interrogation or intrusive. Yes. Absolutely, of course. Can you give me an example? Do you have a particular example in your mind?
Why are you here?
Yes, but we said we're not going to say why are you here? Exactly. The tone, is it like sharp? Is it because? Exactly. Hopefully the conversation is leaning more towards softness, because lower to or soft tone of voice helps a conversation to be calm, does not activate the amygdala. But and then so basically the person gonna get more hyped and not sure where this leads to. Yes, you're right. Open questions are more helpful in exploring, especially after, sorry, no, open questions are more helpful in exploring something and opening the space for the person. Closed questions are most helpful after an open-ended question. Have a clear intention of every question. If you need time to think, reflect, or summarize, you don't have to keep on asking questions. So while I'm asking questions, so what is the reason behind my question? Why am I asking this question? Is it because I have to ask a question? So what is the intention? What do I want to achieve by this question? If I find that, okay, I'm a bit, I don't know what to do, and this is very helpful tip in the role play. Maybe you ask a few questions, and maybe after you ask like 3-4 questions, if you need to, maybe to give a summary also. So far, so you give a paraphrase after each sentence, and maybe you ask question, and maybe after maybe 3-5 minutes, if need be, you give a summary also. So far, I understand 1, 2, 3. Is this correct? So once you summarize, you are also giving yourself a chance to hear yourself and to hear the questions, and this helps you to arrange your thoughts. And so what's next? What do we want to do next? Always observe the impact of the question on the counseling non-verbal cues, and this is self-awareness. I'm self-aware about myself, and also I need to be aware about what is the impact on people that we are engaged in the conversation. Do they, when I ask them question, do they feel agitated, upset? Are they more agitated at the beginning than now? Are they more agitated now than at the beginning? Kind of. Usually, we are generally speaking good at reading faces. So when we are making a good eye contact, I will try to read the face with the objective to help the person and make sure that I am in the right track. This is good with question, and we have like a good 20 minutes. Let's watch the role play. Either the role play or let me see. I like the role play. The role play is giving us good material. Yeah, let's do the role. So it's not with an adult. So it's not with a teenage. So it's 2 adults, but it manifests their skills. And there are key moments in this video that are really very helpful. So let's watch it. I might be pausing to give some reflections, and if you need questions, maybe raise your hand and we talk about it. Like a 13-minute video. So, but it kind of puts most of the skills and maybe some also advanced skills in the presented to us, which is really very, very helpful.
Okay, Max, I understand that you have some concerns that you'd like to discuss today. So whenever you're ready, I'm happy for you to voice whatever it is that you'd like to talk about.
What's the first?
There was no question.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
She didn't say go ahead.
I have to listen.
Hmm?
She's have to listen.
Let's repeat this a little. If I were. Do you notice in terms of attending? Attending skills, what do you notice? Because attending, yes,
Like the way that they're presenting themselves. Like,
yes,
they're both sitting the same way, she's open.
very good. So they're kind of mirroring one another, and mirroring one another is a good way to sit with someone. Very good. What else? Is there an eye contact? Yes, kind of square eye contact. Open posture.
No, I don't think that's what posture is.
Thank you very much. He does not have an open posture. She's not closed. She's kind of open, but he does not have an open posture. What does this mean? He's not willing to open out yet. He's kind of closed, not ready. Okay, which is a possibility, but he was the one who came for the counseling session. So let's see what happens and how the skills help this process. Okay, very good. I'm going to repeat because there is a question that was asked. It's an open-ended question.
Okay, Max, I understand that you have some concerns that you'd like to discuss today. So whenever you're ready, I'm happy for you to voice whatever it is that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, well, I suppose the bottom line is that I'm having some difficulties in my relationship with my wife. And I'm very uncertain about actually being here, and it's a bit embarrassing talking about these things with a stranger.
Yeah, so you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable discussing such personal information with an outsider?
Yes, it is. I'm a bit awkward. I was brought up to solve your problems yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't go outside the family, you don't take your problems to strangers. And I would normally do, but also I realise now that given the depth of the problem, that I also need to get another perspective on things.
Okay, all right. I guess what I generally say to people when they first come along is that it's not uncommon to feel quite uncomfortable talking to an outsider about such personal information, and even though I can't predict exactly how you're going to feel and how things will go for you today, I do know that in the past a lot of other people have actually felt quite uncomfortable to begin with, but as they've been able to talk and get things off their chest, they actually feel quite relieved. So you might find that as we spend more time together, that you're more comfortable in this environment too.
Well, I hope it works out that way.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Well, there was a friend of mine who'd been involved in counselling previously who suggested that this is what I should attempt to do anyway.
Right.
See where we go.
Okay. And you were saying before as well that that normally you like to solve things yourself and work things out yourself, and I think it's quite a balanced perspective to be looking at how you're going to resolve things yourself, and also to get an outside perspective as well. So I can see lots of benefit that can come from that dual approach.
Well,
Yes. Yes, please. That was going to be my question.
Because she used paraphrasing and she also like validated. So she used paraphrasing empathy as well. And like responding to the guy. So I really like that.
Yes, very good, very good. She used paraphrasing and validation. Yes.
And we started again, okay, like I threw the challenge to her. Okay, like he threw a challenge that he telling her, like, I feel awkward already. Okay, like discussing my personal issues with the outside. Okay, so the way how she turned it might be turned it to be a positive thing. Okay, that if you discuss with the outsider, okay, it might be a positive thing. It made him feel more comfortable as well. Yeah, to start to open.
Yes.
Okay, and discuss.
Yes. So how did she make him comfortable?
So she acknowledged his feeling and she said, okay, it's very common that people, when they come here the first time, okay, they feel awkward to share, okay, with outside, so it's common. She validates that, yes, it happens, okay, however, let's see how it will go, which might benefit at the end.
Perfect, perfect. Validated and acknowledged. So she acknowledged and validated his concerns and his feeling. Anything else? Yes.
I like that, like, she not just like validated, but also like boosted everything. Like she would like, anytime he'd say something or whatever, she'd like basically compliment him in a way where it's like, oh, like you're doing good, like you did this, and now like you're gonna be ready for the next step, like, you know, like she was boosting everything, so it made him like feel better about himself, probably with more willing.
Very good. So she's giving him positive compliments for the steps. So he's not used to, so his motto, his brain goes, I need to solve my problems by myself. But he's seeking help. So she's validating, she is acknowledging that though that this is your way and you're seeking help, let's see how this would work. And I like at the end, she says, I like that you're approaching this from a balanced perspective. You're doing a mix of both. So basically she's saying to him, I'm not gonna take away your ability to make your own choices and think what is suitable for you. I'm just going to be supporting you. So I'm not taking away this from you, which is a good validation and acknowledgement. Very good.
I haven't succeeded in doing it by myself, so
Yeah.
it's worth a go.
Yeah, so perhaps we can shed some light on some helpful approaches for you. Yeah. Okay.
We might fight. So she's being very tentative. Tentative meaning that she is not forcing anything on him, but let's see how will this work. Maybe we can work something together. Because when we use this style, what is basically being assured for him, I'm not taking away your freedom of choice. I am thinking with you, not on top of you. I'm thinking with you to attack this problem. We're together in attacking this problem, not taking away any privilege from.
I guess to help me understand your situation, it'd be helpful if you could talk a little bit about what's been going on for you and what's brought you along.
Well, I suppose things have just deteriorated in my relationship with my wife,
Right.
Angelina. We've been married 11 years now, and we've got 2 kiddies, John who's 9 and Jackie who's 7.
Right.
And she's very busy in her job, and she's always been I suppose a bit of a control freak.
Right.
She likes things to be just so. And occasionally she would, what I would call it, lose the plot, and she'd yell at me and abuse me. But in the past that was never a problem, because we could sit down and talk about it, and she'd recognise that she'd probably gone over the top and whatever. But lately it's really just gotten out of hand, and she's not controlling her anger or temper, and it really concerns me now, because I think it's starting to affect the kids.
Right, okay. So it sounds like, to begin with, she might often become quite angry, but she would settle down and you could resolve things, but of late it's become a lot more volatile, and she's become more explosive, and you're really concerned about the impact on yourself and the children.
Yeah, I mean, the kids are young, and I mean, John, he's a boy, and he seems to be handling things okay. But you're always uncertain as to really how things are affecting him. Jackie's only 7, as I said, and she's a lot more sensitive, and she's not really handling things too well at all. Yeah. And that's really starting to put a lot of extra concern to me.
Yeah, okay. So it sounds like you've got a lot of concerns about both the kids, and John's probably handling it okay outwardly, even though obviously he's feeling it. But Jackie, you're particularly concerned about because she's quite delicate, and you're worried about that impact.
Yeah.
And all of you are walking around on eggshells at the moment, just waiting for some kind of explosion to happen. Does that sound right?
Well, I'm concerned about the kids, but I'm concerned about the marriage. It's important to me to do what you can to keep things together, because that's better for the kids.
Yeah.
But if I had to single out one major concern, it would be probably for Jackie.
Okay.
Because there's been a few incidents lately where the kids have been exposed in the full glory of this sort of volatile, angry behaviour, and that's really starting to worry me a lot.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm very impressed to see how much you're obviously devoted to the children, and you're certainly putting their welfare first, and you want to make sure that they're in a stable environment so that they're okay. And I think obviously that's a credit to you as a father that they've got you available.
Those kids just mean everything to me.
It's opening up. Why? You notice the difference?
On her own word, but he obeyed.
Yes, yes, so she is validating and she is reflecting a lot to him. She did something extra, maybe we did not talk about it here, but she did something which is that she, in addition to paraphrasing, she did something extra. Did you notice what she did? Yes. Very nice, yes. She complimented him. She shared, I'm really impressed about what you are doing, caring for the kids. And it seems this made him feel seen and more comfortable. He started to open. That's based on what we are seeing here. So she is continuously paraphrasing, validating, empathy. But here she went a little step further in terms of really recognizing something good that he is doing. And this is very important to recognize the good things that the youth are doing. Sometimes we always focus on the negative, focus on the problem, focus on what is not going right. And we want to fix what is not going right. But we forget that what is going good is important to recognize and validate as well. So this is amazing. So it's nice to really reflect, compliment. If we can catch something like a good compliment or a good positive regard that we can give, this helps build the alliance, build the rapport between us and you, because unfortunately most of what they receive is criticism, right? But when they receive from us some compliment, recognition of the good things that they do, I think this is really very, very helpful, and it helps them to open up a little bit. Any questions so far? Let's go. Let's continue.
They're just a total delight. I mean, they're just everything.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And it's really clear when you talk about them, your face lights up. So they're obviously very special and very important. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just in terms of helping me to understand exactly what's going on between yourself and Angelina that's causing you such distress, would you be able to give me perhaps a recent example of a time where you did have some conflict and talk about what happened?
Yeah.
Way for better understanding is to ask for example, a recent incident that happened that helps me understand what is happening. Any problem solution taking place right now? Any problem solution? Any problem solving? Any? Yes.
This is different because the guy that's talking is an adult. What if a child or an adolescent came and told you this?
Told you what?
Told you that my mom has control issues and sometimes she yells and she freaks out and like all these things. Like I know that at this instance we're just talking and we're just learning about the situation and we're just connecting with them. But aren't you supposed to think, okay, like this is an unsafe environment and maybe I need to bring in a professional adult or something?
Again,
To the end, but like
this is valid, but let's listen first what is happening, and then if you see or if you get to know something that is very alarming, this is maybe when you ask someone else what could be needed, what could be helpful in this situation. So maybe, but right now we're just getting to understand what is really happening. And is it within the norm or beyond the norm? Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, she'd been very busy, so just to make things easier for her, I went out of my way and on the way home from work and picked up a dry cleaning.
Right.
And I got home probably half an hour late than what I normally would. And she didn't ask me why I was late or whatever. She just went into a tirade of abuse.
Right.
And wouldn't listen to any comments or observations I had to make about it. And probably the worst part for me was that both the kiddies were there.
Yeah.
And you could see, particularly for young Jackie, the impact it was having on her. And it just really just broke my heart.
Okay. So that sounds like it was very upsetting for you to be involved in that and to witness.
Extremely upsetting because nothing I said or did was going to ease the situation.
Yeah.
It just went on and on and on until she burnt out of the anger.
Okay, right. Yeah. And what actually happened after she did burn out? What happened with the kids in terms of helping to resolve
well, the kids were very restless that night. They were very clingy to me.
Yeah.
They were a bit shocked and surprised. These things have been going on for a while, but this was the first time the kids had actually been fully exposed to the, I suppose, the full spectrum of the abuse and the ranting and raving and just the volatile nature of it. Really quite hostile.
Okay, so that was a specifically bad incident. Yeah. And how often does this tend to happen?
It's episodic. It's always there underneath the surface. Sometimes it might be every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be once a week, once a fortnight.
Yeah.
That's because there's no rhyme nor reason to things. That's actually adding to the difficulty because I find it starting to affect my work.
Right.
And I think myself and the kids are starting to walk on eggshells a little bit.
Right, okay.
And that's a very unhealthy environment for the children.
So it's affecting the children, but it's spilled over into your work environment as well, and you're feeling uncomfortable when you're at work, is that right?
I find myself sometimes not focusing on my work and thinking about how can I fix things up at home so that Angelina's more settled, it's more peaceful, harmonious life that we used to have. The kids' lives are not so disrupted. They're not exposed to this intense and negative emotion.
Right, okay. So it sounds like, Max, for you it's a very constant and unrelenting distress. It's at home, it's at work, and you're feeling it.
It's starting to be non-stop in terms of my thinking.
Okay.
I think about it at work, I think about it at home. Walking on eggshells. When Angelina goes to sleep, I'll stay awake thinking in terms of what I might be able to do. And sometimes I just think I'd like some peace, and I'd like some peace for the kiddies. Particularly young Jackie, because I think she's really feeling it, and I wonder whether maybe I should just leave, so at least the kids can have some peace, because if I'm not there, maybe Angelina won't have a target. It's a big step, isn't it?
Yeah, a big step to take to think of leaving.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've never discussed it with anybody. But hearing myself say that leaving the relationship would be a possible solution is it's a bit threatening to the whole stability of the kids, because I think it's important to do whatever you can to keep the relationship going, and ultimately if we can work at resolving these issues, then the kids will be a whole lot better off as part of a family group than me taking off and having to battle through, explain everything to the kids later on, and have a fractured lifestyle.
Right. Okay, Max, if I could just summarise what we've talked about so far. You explained to me that you've become very frustrated and tired and I think worn out with a lot of the anger and a lot of the volatility in the relationship that you have with Angelina, and you were very worried about the impact on both Jackie and John, and you've been so worried in fact that you've considered leaving, but it's also occurred to you that that's a major step to take, and it's one that you would prefer not to do, and that makes you think that you want to even work harder to actually restore things between yourself and Angelina and work things through so that you can actually be more harmonious and live together in peace as a family. Would that cover it for you?
Yeah, that summarises pretty accurately where we're at the moment. That would be my strong preference. Right. Walking out would be a cop-out.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd probably handle it, but that'd be so difficult for the kids.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess this might be as good a time as any just to draw things together and perhaps finish for now, and perhaps if you wanted to work with me on this, I'd be very happy to support you in whatever it is that you'd like to do in the future in your relationship with Angelina and restoring the family to what it once was and moving forward.
I'd be really happy to do that, because I think a lot of things have been clarified for me. I think I've got a better perspective of what the options are and what the downsides of silly thinking would be.
Okay.
So I really appreciate talking with you.
Okay, all right, thanks, Max.
Thank you very much.
All right. Any feedback? Anything that you noticed that caught your attention? That lies sinks in with what we were talking about? Was their problem solving done? Was he helped? You see the beautiful thing? No problem solving, but just by paraphrasing, he was helped. You notice the part when he says, like, hearing myself saying this about walking out of the relationship, it's not what I want. Right? And she says, is this what she says? No, hearing myself, it's not what I want. I want to stay and work out and work on things. So he made the decision by himself. What else? Yes. 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 Thank you for noticing this piece, because this is one of the other pieces that was in this video, which is the silence. Being okay with silence and giving the person, why was he silent? Yes. Okay, very good. And why else was he silent? Did he get emotional? أنا افتكرت كنت بتعملي كده, he was crying. Yes, he was. He was emotional. And when he was emotional, she gave him space, time. And this is silence. So he got silent because he thought about leaving, says he got emotional. says, no, this is not what I want. So this was kind of a revelation to him. It's not what I want. And she gave him time to process his emotion and stay with his emotion so that he could come out with what he wants to do. So being okay with silence and giving some silent moment for the person to process, reflect. Remember, this is the role of that counselor, to reflect and make decisions going forward. Very good. And anything else? How was the session concluded? Yes. And what was before next step? Summary, yes, summary. It was a summary. So the session concluded with a summary. What is going to happen? So I want you to have in mind, this is what, for the role play for next week, this is what we'd like you to do. We do not want you to end with solutions. If you come up with solutions, but you do not do the skills, that's not what we want. So make sure to conclude with a summary. That's it. Just a summary of what you just talked about. So attending, empathy, paraphrasing, active listening, ask question if needed. You notice the question and what happened after. So when she asked for an example, and then he mentioned some aspect, and what happened after, right? So this is a good question about asking what happened after and how frequent does this happen? Why did she ask this question? What's the objective of this question? How frequent does this happen? Intensity of the situation. Does this happen every day, once a week? Because if he says, no, this happens once a month, he would realize, oh, this is happening just once a month. Oh, this is happening every day. So it's very intense. Okay, so this is about having a goal, an intention, clear intention behind what are the questions, why are we asking this question? Example, and then what happens after to get the full picture and intensity and what. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I think this is available on YouTube. Like none of the videos are like exclusive, so it's available on YouTube, and I think it's available on the Moodle as well. If you really wanna watch them again at your own time, please see what else that you can capture would be very helpful. So I think next session next week we're meeting 2:00 Sunday. I hope this is okay. We're meeting a little bit earlier than today. So is this okay with everyone? Okay, so we're meeting 2:00 and we're gonna finish 7:00. I wanna see the intensity of your emotions. We're finishing from 2 to 5, so we're meeting from 2 to 5. The first section, I think, will be reviewing something quickly, maybe one of the case studies, and then giving you half an hour or 45 minutes to do the role play, and then I'm sure we'll continue the rest of the session. Any questions so far? Right, let's conclude with the break. Thank you very much. King of peace, grant us your peace, serve peace upon us, settle your peace upon us, forgive us our sins, thine is the power, the glory, the majesty now, forever to the age of all ages. Amen. O Lord, hear us as we pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Deliver us from evil one in Christ Jesus our Lord. Thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever and ever. Amen. May the love of God the Father, grace his only begotten Son, our Lord, Savior Jesus Christ, from you, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you, stay within me, deep in peace. The peace of the Lord be with you all. God bless you. Thank you.